I want to talk about a little bit about.
All right, you got stuff to say. You got stuff to say.
You derail us about Aaliyah not liking the phone.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
It's your fault.
Is it my fault? Yes. Do you want to start the show?
Maybe we should start doing it like.
Welcome to the latest episode of Getting Engaged. Online, in life, and at work.
You know, when I go to Japan, I'm going to watch all the TV and see what kind of dance is popular there.
And then you're going to do like a full like show tunes for us?
Yeah, like last year in Cali, and I did like some like a love thing too.
I will enjoy it. That's all I'll give you. I will enjoy it.
Special move for that. Okay. All right.
I'm Russel Lolacher.
Oh, we're starting. Okay.
Oh yeah, I started this. This already happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your little dance number. That's getting in the video.
I'm Yukari, Peerless.
And this is Getting Engaged, and we're on the last of the Deadly Sins.
You didn't let me say that thing.
The thing. Say the thing.
Online, in life, and at work.
On Getting Engaged. So we're on the last episode of Seven Deadly Sins of Engagement.
Yes.
And what is the one we saved for the last, the most bestest one ever?
The
bestest one ever. I've been trying to pull that out all day. Bestest.
Lust. Just because this one was hard to come up with the topic, but
it was a little more difficult. I would give you that.
Mm-hmm.
What I wanted to start with is what do you find? Like finding the lust in social media, we were having a hard time with like how to separate it from the other sins. Like how is it different than greed? How is it different than gluttony?
Envy,
envy. Kind of stuff. So you sort of came up with one. What were you saying that you believe people should not do when it comes to lust and engagement?
Well, okay, so
notes.
Notes. Looking at notes. No, like so. That was a good help that you gave me earlier today. So the lust is like obsession, right?
Yeah.
Which is very good.
Laser focused.
Explanation. So it's kind of like a online stalking.
So that being obsessed with one person over others for some reason.
That's scary.
So what's bad about that? Like, is there a reason you shouldn't be laser focused on a particular person online?
It's just not healthy, right? Is it?
Well, it depends on. Is there a reason why you would do it?
Because you're obsessed.
Sure, okay. So, but there's no why. Like, I'm obsessed, so what are you trying to get out of it? I guess trying to build a relationship with somebody on your terms, not on their terms?
That's interesting. Like, and again, this is not necessarily like romantic thing either.
No.
It could be some like a star or the social media guru that you really want this person's attention.
Justin Bieber or anybody, it could be a celebrity.
Like if you like so focused on Justin Bieber to tweet back to me.
Yes.
That's a unhealthy.
Very unhealthy.
Lust,
if you can't figure out what your boundaries are with the other person, I mean, we were just having a discussion before the camera rolled with Yukari and Mark Davidson behind the camera, and they have examples of somebody being a little too laser focused on them and didn't know where the boundaries were.
Yeah.
And I can't see that being a good way of engaging with somebody because I don't know what's the benefit of it. You're just making the other person uncomfortable. The target of your obsession doesn't want anything to do with you when it gets to a certain point.
It's a totally opposite of engagement, right? Like you're pushing.
Very good point.
That person's gonna push you away when you do that.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Why would you do that, right?
Yeah. So figure out your boundaries and
it's kind of
dial
like,
it back a notch.
I just had this expression earlier today. What's that story? That north wind and the sun, and there's a traveler and he had a coat and the wind. Don't you know this story?
No story time, Yukari. I do not know this story.
And the sun and the wind would discuss, like let's bet, like I'm gonna make this traveler take off his coat, and the wind would just blow and blow and blow onto and he was like, oh, it's so cold. He does this with the coat.
Okay.
Okay, and the sun's like, okay, you just have to watch me. So the sunshine gets really hot, and he was like, oh my goodness, it's so hot suddenly. So he takes off the coat.
Okay.
So the sun wins. So the moral of the story is like, this kind of goes back.
The moral. Do not lose the moral because that's the whole punchline.
This kind of goes back to the other sins too. Like we talked about hard sell. Like push, like buy this stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. You have to bring people in, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And where am I going with this?
No idea.
So that like if you stalk people and no boundary and obsessing about people, like do exactly the same thing. Like you would just push people away.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
So if you want somebody,
It's pulling, not pushing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Inbound marketing.
Yeah, you see what I did there? I brought it back. You got all key words on there, but yeah, absolutely. And the other part of lust I wanted to sort of talk about was people tend to get too fixated on one thing. And it could be fixated on a platform like, I only use Facebook, I only use Twitter. Or they get fixated on social media as a whole. The only way I'm going to communicate as a business or as an individual is through this magical tool known as social media.
QR code too.
QR code, maybe that's the only way you communicate with people.
Don't get me started on QR code.
So if you're lusting after, and that's sort of the framework I'm putting it in there, you can't ignore other ways of engaging.
Right.
The one thing that keeps popping up that I read about is email, and it seems to be the one that a lot of people seem to ignore now. But it's so effective if you use it properly. People seem to be wanting to jump into the new thing, and email's an old thing.
Okay.
A phone call. I like phone calls. You hate phone calls,
but
I love phone calls.
Really?
So
you never call me. Which is a good thing because I'll never answer.
I'm gonna just break into Carly Rae Jepsen any minute now. I'm totally gonna
I'll
sing.
just text you back. What do you want? Right? I won't answer. I never answer it.
So maybe I will branch out to my phone calls then, possibly, as my online wife gives me poop. So I think that's where we can wrap it up. Actually, for getting engaged.
This was the last one. So
this was not of getting engaged, of just the 7 deadly sins of engagement. But hopefully you enjoyed it. We kind of had fun sort of wrapping up a series around. Series. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. Good or not, I guess they would determine that. But if they enjoyed it, I had a good time doing it. So
that was fun.
Yeah, let us know if you liked this. If you'd like to see us do more stuff like this, it's kind of fun. And we got a lot of extra B-roll at the beginning of this thing that I'm certainly going to be using in other forms, which I probably shouldn't do. Russel Lolacher.
Yukari Peerless.
And that was another episode of Getting Engaged.
Online, in life, and at work.
No sinning on that engagement stuff. See ya.